Hey guys, welcome to another how-to video with Matt. Today I'm going to show you how to make this simple bluebird house out of scrap lumber. But first, you're going to need a few things. Alright guys, so to get started with this project today, we need some 1x6 lumber. You're going to need a tape measure, a pen or pencil. You need a speed square. You need to have yourself a miter saw or one of those little saw boxes. You need yourself a skill saw. Then you need to find yourself some 3/4 inch number 2 head screws, impact driver, a number 10 countersink tool. You need at least to have a 1 1/4 to 2 inch wood bit, doesn't matter. And then you need to find yourself stain or paint of your choice. Alright guys, so the first cut that we're going to have on our cut sheet, we're going to cut the back side. That is going to be 15 inches and it's going to have two opposite 15-degree angle cuts. As you can see, just like this. You can see this side has a 15-degree angle cut, and then from the tall point you would measure down to 15 and cut you an opposite 15-degree angle cut, just like that guys. Alright, so our next cut we're going to do is our roof. You want to make sure that you cut one beginning part at 15-degree angle, just like that right there, and then you want to pull back from your top edge and you want to go 8 1/4 inches guys. So 8 1/4 inches, one 15-degree angle on the end, just like that. So now we want to cut our two sides out at 11 1/2 inches guys, but unlike the other ankles where we were cutting them like this flat right here, you want to make sure that your angle gets cut like this right here guys, at a 15-degree angle, 11 1/2 inches. So there you go, that's what that would look like. Be flat on the bottom right here and have a 15-degree angle cut like that right there, and it'll be 11 1/2 from the top point to your bottom right here guys. So go ahead and cut yourself out 2 of these and these will be your sides. So now it's time to cut our front, and what you want to do guys is you just want to go ahead and take your board and mark 9 1/2 inches and go ahead and cut that. Then you want to measure the width going across from side to side, and you want to make sure that it's 3 3/4. So using the board that you're using out of 1x6 is probably like a full size is like 5 1/2 inches actually, I believe guys. So just make sure that the width of your door right here is 3 3/4 and that it's 9 1/2 inches long. And our last piece to cut today guys is our base. You want to make sure that it is 5 inches long and 3 3/4 wide, just like this right here guys. Alright guys, so the next step I want you to do is to take your front piece right here, that is your 9 1/2 by 3 3/4, and I want you to take your tape measure and I want you to mark 3 inches down from the top. So put your tape here, come down, put your line at 3 inches. Then I want you to measure from this side over and go to 1 3/4 and put you another mark. There's your crosshairs guys, so that'll be your center mark on your front door. You can go ahead and drill out with your 1 1/4 bit. Alright, so the next thing that I like to do guys is I like to take my countersink bit and I like to go ahead and kind of just pre-assemble the piece together, but not screwing anything together yet. But like I'll take my back, I'll take my two sides right here, and I can stick those on there just like that right there, and then I can flip that around and that'll give me an idea of where I need to shoot some screws in the back side. So I'll mark those with a marker and then I'll come back right behind it just like that and drill the countersink holes guys. So just kind of pre-build a little bit of it together and that'll give you an idea. And you can always take like your little short base piece like this and use the width of that to make sure that you stay inside the line that you need to have, so you don't have screws coming through different ways. But like I said, just kind of take like this front side piece right here. You can take that and you can kind of place that roof on there just like that right there and just kind of get an idea. Throw you 2 marks up on one side and then copy that exactly on the other side. So that's like the roof with the countersink. Alright, so once you get all of your countersink holes drilled, you can now start to assemble this together guys. So what I want you to do first is I want you to go ahead and take one of your side pieces and you want to go ahead and get that lined up, and you can use wood clamps. I didn't mention that in the needed because it's not really necessary to screw these together, but you can use wood clamps if you need to. But just line it up on a flat surface like that, and the best thing I like to do is just stand it straight up on a flat surface just like it would be if it was standing still, and hold it together and then go ahead and shoot your 2 screws into that side. Then you'll come and bring your other side piece over to here and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just screw this one side in real quick for you. Alright, so now that we got that on, we can kind of level it out right here, guys, even it up, and shoot another screw into this bottom part right here. Alright, so now we can repeat that on the other side with our side piece. So we'll go ahead and get that other side piece on right now for you. Alright guys, so now we have our two sides screwed on to our back right here, as you can see, just like that. So now I want to take my little base piece that we have right here, right? And you notice that this is still kind of flexible because these boards kind of bow a little bit, you know. So we want to kind of leave that flexible for right now for this base, right? So what I want to do is just want to go ahead and stick it into one side and stick it to the back side, the very back right there, get that lined up, and you can kind of see that it's going to pull in when you go to put those screws in, right? But what I want to do is just keep it tight, turn it around, and of course we went ahead and marked out 2 pilot holes for that right there. So we're going to go ahead and screw this bottom base in real fast for you. Go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so shoot another one in there real fast. Alright, so now what I want to do, as you can see, like I said, it's got the gaps on the sides until you pull it in. When you pull it in, it's going to tighten it up. So what I want to do is just flip it on its side like this right here. We got our 2 pilot holes drilled for these sides, and you always want to make sure when you're doing pilot holes that you don't intersect with, say, we shot a screw this way. Well, you don't want it to intersect going this way, so you want to make sure you off-center your holes from each other. So now we're going to come down right here. It's nice and smooth, and press it tight. There's that screw right there, and then we'll shoot another one right here real fast. Kind of press it down to keep it nice. Alright, so now we can flip it over to the other side. Press down, do the exact same thing, guys. We're going to do the exact same thing that we just did right there. Alright, so now that that part is in place, what we can do now is just kind of look and see that we need to tighten our screws just a little bit more right there. No big deal. So now what I want to do, that we got that part right there, is now we want to take our roof, and you want to make sure that your 15-degree angle sits nice and flat just like that right there on the side, guys. And you want to make sure you get it nice and lined up on both sides right here, and just push it tight right there. And like I said, we went ahead and pre-drilled our countersink holes, so we're going to go ahead and shoot some screws in that real fast, just like this. Make sure you lined up real good. Alright. Alright, so that is that. So that's basic shape of the birdhouse itself right there for the bluebird houses, guys. So now we just need to add the door. Alright guys, so for the last step, I want to take my front door. As you can see, we went ahead and drilled out our hole in that center mark that we made earlier, right? So now what you want to do, you just want to lay that into the top right here, and you can kind of see that a good indicator that you don't want to screw your screws through the hole, right? Because these screws you want to be kind of loose, so that way you can flip this flap, right? So what I did is I come down from the bottom, I measured up to 5 inches on both sides, and I made sure I put a nice decent countersink hole right there, guys. So what we're going to do is you lay this down just like this, get it nice and flat with the bottom right here, guys, and then I just want to turn it over, keep pressure on it just like that. And just make sure, double make sure that you're lined up down here at the bottom is flush. And then I just want to go ahead and shoot a screw into that. Alright, then I just want to turn it over to the other side. Do the exact same thing. And remember, you don't want to cinch these side screws down. You just want to kind of be in there tight. Just to kind of hold that in place. So you should be able to flip your door open and close. Alright guys, so now that you have your front door put on, it's pretty much complete, but to complete it for me, I like to turn around right here, and I like to just mark me 2 little spots right here in the top right here, and I like to put me some countersink holes. That way it gives me something to mount this to, say like if I wanted to straight mount this to a tree or onto a post or something like that. That'll give me 2 nice clean holes to mount this with, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put me 2 countersink holes in there, and then I'm going to go and attach this to a tree. Alright guys, so I got a nice flat spot right here up on my tree with my other bird houses up here, so I'm just going to go ahead and mount this. As you can see, like I said, I made 2 countersink holes in the top, so I got me some long screws in there, so hopefully it'll mount right into this spot right here for me using these screws. Alright guys, so let's take a step back. Got some more bird houses up here that I've also made to go in my little tree sanctuary. So there we go guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more videos. And I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful week. Peace.